So to remove the console, first unplug these window switches. These are just normal side clips here, and the plug is already unplugged here. Slide that off, get that out of the way. Cup holder slides out. Reach in here, and there's a 4-pin connector. Unplug that, and then right up here, you can't see it, but there is a 5/32 Allen that you need to unscrew. And then when that gets unscrewed enough, you can slide the next push down on this, and that'll disconnect a piece you'll see in a minute. Now slide back this whole plate. The whole plate should slide back now. Oh, come on. Just couldn't do it one-handed. This whole plate slides back and then flips off. You can see here there are clips there that slide forward. That's what locks it on. And then this Allen back here tightens against the back clip here, so it keeps it from being able to slide out. This stays in place. You have to take the shifter knob off, put it into 4th gear, gives you the most room. But this is the plate that suctions up to the bottom of that shifter trim piece, just held on by magnets, and there's dowel pins, so it'll locate itself pretty well and it'll suck up to it. And then the ashtray works here. This piece we'll use in a little bit. I'll show you on the console. But now we've got 3 bolts here. So those 3 need to come out, and then there's 2 in here. They're not in, but there's 2. There'll be 2 bolts holding this in here. Then now you can pick up on the back of the console and slide it back and out. Whole thing comes back and out. Also, you may want to put a little bit of tape here on the bottom of the glove box. This may scratch a little bit depending on how you get it in and out. These shouldn't be necessary once this is all covered. As you're pulling it out, the back needs to pretty much hit the ceiling, hit the roof, as you're getting it out to get it over the shifter. Once the console is out and is covered, obviously there'll be a little more thickness here, so this gap for these will probably have to be fine-tuned a little bit, how they slide in there. So you can see here what they latch over here on the bottom of the console. So it can be done a couple of ways. Grind a little bit more off of these points here to make it a little smaller. I included this in the ashtray, and what that is that's the same as those C-channel pieces, so you can kind of test them one at a time. And then also, if they need to be a little smaller, you can take these obviously and just squeeze them down just a little bit for a little tightness. It's got to be kind of a tight fit. And this, so you can see, this is the bottom where you tighten that against this back piece here. Once it slides forward, keeps it from coming out. Also on these, I haven't plugged these in because they're kind of a pain to unplug. This probably will have to come out while you're recovering stuff. So once these are covered, obviously there's power and ground plugs here for these 2, and they're marked negative, positive, negative, positive, and positive, negative. So plug those in. This is the other end of that 4-pin plug. Let's see. Oh, here you can see these wings here slide into big-headed screws, which I'll show you in a minute, on both sides. So they slide in and lock into those to hold these whole wings in. These little pieces here unscrew. They can just be covered flat and screwed back in, or however you want to cover this gap here on the inside. So I had to move the waterfall parts back to here because of the glove box side. So then that created this area here that had to be filled, and those little filler pieces cover that. This could be covered with whatever you think looks best. So These are the parts that the sides of the wings of the console slide into and lock into. So these slide in and hold the wings close. As you're putting it in, you have to push in on this side around here just a little bit as you're sliding in to make sure that it catches on that holder there, and you should be able to tell pretty easily that it's really being held in well on this side, on the driver's side. Passenger side lines up pretty effortlessly, so it's almost always held in perfectly. You do have to make sure that you pull these wings out a little bit as you're working the console down in, to get over this hump. Just gotta be careful, try not to scratch up the bottom side of the glove box here with the top side of the console. And when it's installed, it should be pretty close. Pretty good gap there all the way around. Just a little bit left there. Then there should be, these holes should line up. There we go. So three holes here, and then where are they at? There we go. The 2 holes back here, and make sure there's no wire there. I've got a wire underneath it right now, but 2 holes will line up there. Then you slide in the shifter plate. Then once you have the plate slid forward, now you should be able to tighten this. Shouldn't take any real effort. Hand tight is fine. That screw should go in past the opening there for the hole, and no real pressure on this. It's just to keep the plate from sliding back. Keep that tight, and then obviously you'll plug in the wires, you'll plug in the switches, and then when you plug this in, you can see it's actually pretty close to the shifter plate there, but that's the room I had.